Okay, I'm just sharing to a couple of places really quick. If you guys hop on, that would be amazing. If you could also share. I don't know why it's so hot in here. It's probably just me. I don't want to watch party. I just want to share. It's saying you can't do a watch party. Not trying to do a watch party. No, guys. Wow, something's got them going. I don't know what, but something's got them going. Oh my goodness, tonight is going to be amazing. I hope. If it's half as amazing in my head as what I want to do on this board, then it's going to be awesome. I'm like so excited about it. So excited. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where are ya? Almost done. Please let me know when you guys hop on so that I know whether or not I am seeing comments, because sometimes it happens and sometimes it does not. Sometimes Facebook is in my favor and sometimes it's not on my side at all. Okay. I don't want to get in jail here. Alright, I do want, cannot find her. All right, we're good. We're good. Now we're going to hope that I can see comments. So, we will hope. All right. So now this is a big board. So we're going to see how we're going to do this. Okay. So we are going, first we're going to wax this board. But what we're going to do is we're going to take an old transfer and a new transfer. So we're going to take this old transfer that is really well loved. I absolutely love this one. Hopefully they're going to come back out with this one in September. And we're going to put this like here somewhere, just the skull. And then we're going to do this new transfer, this Beware, and we're going to put it here. And we'll see what else we're going to do. And then on the back of this board, we are going to put this Harvest one, another big one. So, I have been messily painting. Is that word, messily? Very messy. I'm very messy at it. I even, I think because last time I opened this particular paint, I was in the mountains, and so I think that it was, it had some pressure behind it or something, because I went to like put some of this, it's called pavement, because I just used like, I don't know, 3 different colors of paint on this, and when I went to like squirt it on the board, it like squirt across the room. I was like, oh boy. You can tell Charlotte's in the house because she is so good at being messy with paint. I'm so good. Hey girl. So I totally changed it up. Totally changed it up. Hubs wanted a Halloween board and the Harvest board. So that's what I'm doing. So right now I'm just waxing it, so that we don't have a problem with my transfer. So I'm just using this paste wax, this Johnson paste wax. I really wonder about like the beeswax, because I have like furniture beeswax, and I kind of wonder about it because this stuff stinks. It smells like gas. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to wax both sides of this board so that we don't have to do that when we get to the other side, and you'll get a sneak peek of what color the other side is. Chris finally took the brushes away from me because I kept adding colors to this, because I didn't have just a gray, and I didn't want it just like one color gray, and he's like, okay, no, you're done. I'm like, but I think I need more. Okay, and then this side, I had to use, I didn't have the color that I thought I had. And so I used this one chalk color, and it was like way too pale. So then I used this other green, and it was too dark. So added some white and just kind of, I don't know, antiqued it and just threw a bunch of colors on it. So, and I am going to go back later when I'm not like slopping paint everywhere. And I did gray on the edges. I am going to go back and I'm going to, I think I'm going to frame it in black. So I will then, you know, tape it off and actually paint it nice and neat, or else make Chris do it. Okay, so I'm just going to buff this in. And this just helps wood take the paste better, and also it helps to where our transfers don't take up any of the wood. Or at least that's the hope, because some of this is not... Are you going to do Halloween tonight too? Yeah, because it's not, it's kind of a rough one. Oh, this is a really old one. All right, let's get this guy. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put these little guys on the corners. So I'm going to do that first, so then I know my placements. Okay, where is my X-Acto knife? So, see, there are white lines on here, and I'm just going to cut the white lines apart. You could use, like, our transfer trimmers, which are so beautiful, and they also have almost like a Teflon coating on them. You could use that, or you could do it this way, or you could use regular scissors even. The reason why I do it this way is because I want to keep the backs together. Now, like on my harvest one, I might cut that down a little bit because I really like dealing with like this size transfer as opposed to mambo jumbo size transfers. This is our C size transfer. Okay. I didn't ask Hubs what color he wanted me to do this in. Usually I defer to him on all, nope, I didn't cut that, on all Halloween stuff. He is like the Halloween guru guy. He loves Halloween. He was Hagrid last year. This year, if he does it, his hair's longer. He might not even have to have a beard wig, depending on if, I don't know, with this whole COVID thing, he'd probably keep his beard short. If he whatchamacallit, shaves it again, I'll cry. He's already shaved it once. And he told me the other day that he was going to shave it again. I'm like, no, just tell him you're not going in the building if anybody's in the building. And then it'll be fine. It's only at work that is an issue. It's like, we're safe at home. Hey, are you trying to get out? Do you want out? My dog is going crazy. Hang on, guys. She has gotten locked in here because of where Chris put the fan. Do you need to get out? Yeah? Okay, go. She's all pawing at it, trying to get around it. Poor thing. Hey, Alyssa, how are you, hun? Okay, so we're fuzzing this, and remember, fuzzing is just putting fuzz on the back of our transfer, and these are brand new, have not been used, so there is a lot of stick to it, and I don't want it to stick so much that it's gonna pull up leave behind some of the transfer, or possibly curl when I bring it back up. Okay, now he seems to think that this is going to fit on here. So we will put this on here, and we shall see if this is going to fit. Like I said, he is like the all things Halloween. Okay, now you guys, I have this black shimmer. Okay, let me open it and see. I haven't even opened it yet, okay? Should we do black shimmer or should we do just regular black? Okay, let's see if you can see that shimmer. Tell me if you guys can see the shimmer. Should I do the shimmer? Or should I just do regular black? Tell me what you think. Should we try it and see? Oh, I'm telling you, I'm so messy. So messy. Let's try it. I mean, as a board, I can't really take it back off. Oh, I think I might like it though. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the excess off. And we'll pull that up. Okay, it didn't get like all on here because there's like a divot right there, but that's okay because I think I can fix that. I know I can fix it. All right, so I'm just going to move that here, and then we're going to I kind of like the shimmer. Not gonna lie, I kind of like the shimmer. And it's not an overpowering shimmer. Does that make sense? It's a shimmer that has just a little bit of fleck in it. So I think I'm okay with it. All right. So I'm going to fuzz this one, and then I'm going to put it here. Okay. Yeah, so on Halloween we like undecorate our whole house and take it over to our daughter. Well, not on Halloween, but close to Halloween. She always has like a Halloween party, and we have to bring all the decorations. So Hubs, like, he undecorates the whole house, takes it over to the kids' house. It's pretty hilarious. It's like we have to take 2 vehicles just so that there's enough room. So it kind of cracks me up. I mean, he has a great big huge cauldron that they put dry ice in and everything. Ooh, guys, I'm loving that. Can you guys even see this? Let me see if I can get it to where you can see it. You guys couldn't even see it. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Okay, I think you can see it now. It's just very delicate. Very, very delicate. I think I'm going to put this one back on here. And, oh, I'm going to have to wash that off to be able to see it. So maybe I'm not. Maybe I will just get a little water and see if I can do this. Because there's like a divot in the wood right here. There we go. That's what's so cool about this, is it's like it's so easy to fix. There we go. Let's see, I am going to share this with the hubs. If I can. I don't know that he follows me. I don't think he does. Okay. We'll see if that works. Oh, send. Alright, we'll see if that works. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to put the skull on it. You know what? No, we're going to come down here. You guys are going to see part of my mess. I'm going to come down as far as we can get it. And I'm going to go ahead and put these all the way at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it or not. So basically, all I'm doing is the exact same thing that I did up here, okay? I'm just going to do that really quick down here, because then I can wash these up and we'll be done with these. Because they're so delicate, I don't want to clog up my screens. So there's one. And they may already be a little clogged, but I can always come back and fix it. But I want to try and just go ahead and get it. Okay. So we'll go ahead and throw that in the water bath. Now, I'm putting them in the water bath, but it's kind of a no-no. So, like, if you guys are doing it, just take it over to the sink and wash it with water. Okay? All right, so now we're gonna do the skull. So, and this transfer has been well loved absolutely love, love, love this transfer. So I'm not even gonna fuzz it, because it's already been fuzzed a lot. So the whole skull is not gonna fit on here. I just got to make sure that I get it to where it is down from those little webs that Chris wanted on here. Well, that's going to have a little webbing, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, so now we're going to put this guy, I'm going to try and get as much of the front as possible on this. All right. So like I said, I mean, this has been well loved. I have a new one, but for when I'm doing boards and stuff, I'm just going to continue to use my old one. Hey, Paige. We are doing a Halloween board. We're going to put the wear on here and everything. My husband's all, is there any way to take out that chandelier that's up there on this? I'm like, you must be insane. It's like, nope, there's not. There's no way to do that. Sorry, hun. You want the skull, you're going to have to deal with the chandelier that's at the top. So I am using our shimmer shadow. It is a beautiful shimmer black, and hopefully he'll be okay with it, because he did not tell me that he just wanted black, and I think the shimmer black is pretty amazing. So I'm just going to use it. Ooh, there is an air bubble right there. Doggone it. Like I said, this has been so well loved. It is his favorite transfer. It is one of the first transfers that I think I bought as a designer. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so that's going to go in the water bath for a few minutes, just to kind of soak off the shimmer. Like I said, if you're doing this, don't put it in a water bath, just take it over and wash it. But because I'm doing this on live, this is what we're doing. Okay. So now we're going to put the beware. So we're going to cut this bad boy apart. You guys can't see all of the skull, can you? Let me move this so that you can see all of it. There you go. Let me dry it. I think it looks pretty amazing with the shimmer. I mean, I see what he says. The chandelier is like right there. It like goes right in the skull. But maybe that's just how this personage like died or something. I don't know. That's how he met his demise, was It wasn't the candlestick, it was the chandelier that fell on him, and that was it. It was over. Alright, I don't even know where it was on this. That's the only thing with cutting with the X-Acto knife. It's like, where was I? And then you start cutting again, and you've got like a little piece of threads kind of hanging on. He did not tell me what he wanted, because he said that he wanted that, the one on the harvest, he wants that pumpkin. So, Mr. Christopher, I'm not sure how he wants this done. So funny when you're doing it for the hubs. It's like, what exactly is it that you want? And then they won't stay in here to, you know, figure it out. Alright. So we are going to fuzz this because, like I said, it's very sticky. So we're using the like terry cloth side of our fuzzing cloth, and if you don't have a fuzzing cloth, you can use a towel, you can use your shirt, you can use your jeans, whatever, doesn't matter. It's nice to have, but it's not a requirement. I know he's in there just watching a movie when he should be telling me what he wants. I got a couple little threads hanging off because of the material. Okay. Let me go yell at him for like 2 seconds so that he can tell me how he wants this. Hey, Chris! Come here. I almost fell over the fan, you guys. That was pretty hilarious.
What's the problem?
Okay, well, I need you to like look at this. Okay, so I used the shimmer paste.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you want the shimmer paste also on the Beware?
Yeah.
And am I doing any of these icons, or am I just doing Beware?
You beware. Yeah, because then you're going to have the pumpkin at the bottom.
Okay. Alrighty. He likes the shimmer. Now the fun part. I have to figure out my spacing. Because we'll go B, E, W, A, R, E. And then he wants the other pumpkin at the bottom. Okay. I'm so glad he likes the shimmer. I was not sure if he was going to like it or not. Okay, so I think there. try and get this as straight as possible. See, now it's so funny because this board, it will be both sides. One will be his side and the other side will be my side. Because my side is the harvest side and his side is the Halloween side. So it's kind of hilarious. W-A-R-E. I kind of think it's sloping, but this whole board is kind of warped. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to kind of bring you this way so you can see a little bit. Okay, this looks like it needs to come over this way a little bit. That's the hardest part, I think, is the placement. Once you get the placement, it's like the rest is so easy. Chris, tell me what you want. Do you want more spacing? Well, no, because I still have the E. I think that's about right. Never mind. Never mind. Too late. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this shimmer shadow. Beautiful, gorgeous shimmer shadow. I'm so excited that they came out with this, especially for the Halloween stuff. Oh, and Hubs wants a white pumpkin. Do you want any orange in your white pumpkin?
No, I think white.
Just completely white. Ghosted it, huh?
A tombstone looking.
A tombstone looking.
No
Oh my
colors.
goodness. Okay, so they were bad. And they brought back this pumpkin.
Stone pumpkin?
The stone pumpkin. We call it the stone pumpkin. They were really bad. Didn't even think about it. Brought it back from Missouri. And that pumpkin lasts like 2 years. It was like the Great Stone Pumpkin Charlie Brown kind of thing. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
the
we had
sucker.
it for 2 Halloweens.
Yeah, the sucker was so hard. And we should have opened it up and actually kept the seeds for it because it was a crazy pumpkin. It was so crazy. And because when it did go, it rotted from the inside out. It wasn't even from the outside in. It was the inside out. It was the craziest thing. But, I mean, it just sat on our porch all summer, all winter. And, I mean, our summers are hot as crap, you know, and didn't phase it a bit. It was the strangest pumpkin.
It came from a farm right on the Missouri River. And guess what? We're going to be there at the exact right time to go get another one.
You
so we'll get it,
can't bring a pumpkin home on the plane.
We'll buy it and then have Stephanie and John take the seeds out of it after Halloween.
Oh, okay. Now that is smart. That is smart. Okay. I'm like, you can't bring it home on the plane. Okay, I am gonna like go over this just one more time. Just because I want it to be a little thicker. Yeah, so he says that we're going to go and we're going to get the pumpkin and then have John and Steph, our son and daughter-in-law, bring home You know, enjoy the pumpkin and then take the seeds out and send us the seeds. That's pretty genius. I'm like, you cannot bring it. So that would be perfect. Because I'm telling you, this pumpkin, and it was like the stone heart pumpkin. Because it was kind of shaped like a heart. Like an anatomy heart. Like a personage heart. Not like, you know, a foofy heart. Foofy heart. Is that the word? I don't know if that's the correct wording. But it was, I mean, it was a really cool pumpkin. I couldn't believe they brought it, and I'm like, you guys.
Its full name is a stone heart pumpkin.
A stone heart pumpkin.
It was heart-shaped.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. It was like anatomy heart. Honey, this Beware is really cool. We're going to have to wash some transfers really quick after we get this part done. And then we'll wash transfers. And then we will do the stone pumpkin, the heart pumpkin. Because I don't like them sitting in the bath. It's like that's not a cool thing. Okay, so I'm just going to close this up. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and blow dry this. I kind of missed the spot on that last one, but I think I kind of like it because it gives it kind of a vintage look, and it's because I didn't rewash my transfer and I just set it down. So I'm just gonna bring this forward. Maybe you guys can see it a little better. See right there on the E, but I kind of like that because that gives it more of a vintage vibe. And I like the vintage vibe. Okay. So, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to set this off to the side. No. Yeah, I better wash them. Okay, so I'm going to set this right here. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I can. Can you guys see the shimmer that it's catching from the light? It might be too dark back there. Okay, so we're just going to wash these up really quick. And it won't take very long, but I just don't want them... it can take the sticky off your transfers if you are leaving them in your water bath. So that's why I don't want to leave them in my water bath. So I'm going to grab the ones that I put in there first. And see, it's got that shimmer on it. So I'm going to grab one of my board erasers. You should see my water. My water is very sparkly. And I'm just going to get that sparkly off. Now I know he wanted this up at the top, but I don't think he understood that I'm probably going to put a bow up at the top. So you're not going to see it, but that's okay. Alright, and then I'm just going to dry it with my paper towel. And it still has some sparkly, so I'm just gonna get it wet real quick. See if I could get some more of that sparkle off. That's the thing with our shimmers. They're very shimmery. Is that word shimmery? I think it is. Okay, I got a little spot right there that I want off. So sometimes the shimmer likes to hang out on the transfers, which as long as it's not clogging our silk screens, I'm okay with. Okay, so I'm just going to set that right there because it needs to dry good so that it comes back on the stick. Okay, so we'll get this one. And we're going to do the exact same thing. I know this is the boring part, guys, but it also shows you how easy it is to clean. And I would just run over and just take it to the sink, run it under some tap water, and you're good to go. I tried to tell him that he should like put a sink in here for me so I could do that. Somehow that was not something that he's gonna do. Okay, so now I've got my big Mama Jamma. And I'm just gonna open it back up. And like I said, I mean, this one is so well loved. I bought this one last year while it was gonna go out because I love this one so much. So I have a brand new one of this. But when I'm doing it on wood, I'm gonna use this older one. And we'll just wipe her all down. And I'm probably gonna grab I'm gonna grab a disinfectant wipe and kind of help get some stick back into it. Because it's just so well loved. I did door hangers with this last year. Oh my goodness, they turned out so beautiful. I did pillowcases. I did all kinds of stuff with this puppy last year. This is Hubs' favorite, so. Okay, just washing it up. And this is just a disinfectant wipe. You just want to make sure that it's a non-bleach. Doesn't have any bleach in it. Alright, so I'm going to grab the backer, and I know that it's not completely dry. Let's see if we can get a little dry so they'll go back on. Okay, it's already starting to dry because I am getting some stick. See, when it dries, the sticky comes back. All right, let's put this big Mama Jamma back on here. And normally I would have this written on the back so that I wouldn't accidentally put this here. Now if they unpause this one, it's going to be called the Victorian Skull. And I'm thinking September. Because this was so popular, I really think they'll bring it back. It is just so beautiful. All the detail in it. It's like, what I did was like a third of the detail on here. Because I mean, look. There's like a spider. Now this is like, it's, my ink has stained it, but it's no big deal. Look at, there's a chandelier here. There's all the figures and stuff like in the anatomy. There's like a feather here, like a candelabra feather kind of thing. I mean, it's just, it's got spider webbing down here and the spider over there and then the spider webbing coming out this way. It's just, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Okay, so let's get these guys out of here. Whoops. As I splash myself. Hello. Okay. I'll just grab these and get them nice and cleaned up and thrown back on the board, on their backer, and then we will do his stone pumpkin, and then we'll do my side, the harvest. Because I'm like, well, which side do you want me to do first? He's all, well, duh, you got to do the other, you got to do the Halloween side first. I'm like, what? I don't know about that. So funny. As soon as Halloween's over, I'm like ditching all the Halloween stuff and I'm putting up all the harvest stuff. And then as soon as Thanksgiving's up, that's it. I want all the Christmas stuff up. So, because we have like a great room in our living room, because our house is just a little tiny house, and but most of the living area is in the living room, dining room area, and so we put lights all the way around the rafters because it's all open beam, and it's like, you know, the house was built in 1942, so it's all open beam. It's absolutely such a cute little cabin, and I just absolutely love it. And so we put lights for Halloween and for Christmas and Thanksgiving. There's lights up from like September on. Inside, also outside, but the important part for me is inside, because then I get to see them. Okay, just gonna give this a rinse. Try and get some of that shimmer off. They're pretty shimmery. And I'm just getting all of that fuzz that we put on earlier. I'm taking all that fuzz right back off. Kind of redundant, I know, but we need it to all stick back on. Ooh, that one has my hair. Give me my hair back. I don't want that on there. Wouldn't be the first time, but okay. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to dry it and put it all back on the board, on the backer board. And I won't put this back in plastic yet because I know that it's not completely dry. So I'm just putting it on here, but I won't put it back in its plastic because I want to make sure that it's good and dry before it goes in the plastic. Just like with the skull won't go back in its plastic yet either. It's so funny, when this catalog came out, he's like, Hubs was like, what is all the Halloween? Just show me all the Halloween. I think we got almost all the Halloween except for maybe one item. He's so funny. And then he's like, you spent what on there? And I'm like, you wanted all the Halloween. So, you know, I just push it right back at him. It's all your fault, not mine. It's all that Halloween, I'm sure. It's like, oh, you want transfers? They're Halloween? Yeah, go ahead. He's so cute. So I haven't talked to my mom yet. I don't know how her radiation went. I know she's probably worn out. She's probably asleep, honestly, because she had to go for a CAT scan and her first radiation, and she didn't call me after, so I'm thinking that she is probably just wiped out asleep. So that is what I'm thinking is going on. Okay. So put all these back on, and now the fun stuff. We get to do the pumpkin. So, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this harvest. This is what's going on the other side of the board. But Hubs wants this pumpkin on this side of the board. So it's going to be on both sides. Okay, now this, because it is so big, then it has to go in my great big humongous, I mean, look at this. Ugh. This is my great big humongous profile. And it's really heavy and unwieldy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut. And that's what's so nice about our transfer trimmers. You can just kind of let it glide down that white line. And then you don't have like choppy cuts. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is because then I can put it in my C-size. It will fit in my C-size portfolio books. And that to me is easier to wield because I have a couple of those. It's a lot easier than my big D and E size. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. There we go. I'll move all this stuff so it's out of the way. I'm going to dry this because we're going to end up with this board. All right, so now it's going to be the Great Stone Pumpkin, because that's what we always call it now. All right. And it's very sticky, so I'm going to get the fuzzing cloth. What's so awesome is our transfers are washable and reusable. They say 8 to 10 times. I have some transfers that I have used over 20 times, and I'm still using them. Okay, so I fuzzed it, and now I'm going to put it right, I think I want to put it like right here, because I know that this is going to be like down on the ground. So now I'm going to make sure that there's no air bubbles. Kind of look like a bubble there. And my board is kind of tweaked because I had it outside, so my board is kind of tweaked. Now I'm not sure how exactly he wants this, because he didn't really tell me. He just told me he wanted it kind of a white pumpkin. Be right back, because I'm going to ask him. Hey, Chris. Chris. Come here. You got to come tell me which one. Okay. I think, well, that was Little Cricket, so I'm glad that I got it.
What am I looking at?
Okay, I'm going to put it like right about here instead of nestled down there, because down there is going to be like on the ground. And now, what color do you want it? Do you want it white? Do you want it creamy white? Do you want it...
We go with black to match.
Do you want a black pumpkin?
Maybe we should do it all black.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, it's a good thing that you came in here. Hey, you should like get on my live. I sent you a link. Yeah, honey. Is all you did? He's so funny. Probably in there watching some military documentary. Okay, I'm just trying to get all this excess off of here, because we don't want to waste any of this. Okay. Now I can put it back in there. All right, so we're going with the black pumpkin. The black sparkly pumpkin. It's funny because on the other side, it's going to be a orange pumpkin. Because the other side will be my side, the harvest side. Okay, so just pull that up. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. So pretty. Okay, I'm just going to put that in my water bath. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is so pretty. Pound those hearts. Alrighty. Here, I'm going to go ahead and dry this. And then we're going to do the other side. It's like, are we rushing the holidays or what? We just trying to get through 2020 as fast as we can. That's what it is. Oh, I got a little dot of water there. It's like, can it be over yet? Oh, that is gorgeous. I wish you guys could see this shimmer. Huh? You can't get it to work?
This.
What's it doing?
It says watch in app, and I clicked that and nothing happened.
Do you not have the app downloaded?
What's the app?
Facebook.
Yeah.
Look at this. Can you guys see that shimmer? Yeah, you got to download the app, babes. Okay. Oh my gosh. That is so cool looking. Okay. So now, put that back in there because we don't want to waste any of that goodness. Make sure that our edges are nice and clean. Just kind of going around it and getting the edges nice and clean. Throw that in there. All right. So black shimmer's done. Now we gotta clean this puppy because we are not gonna have black shimmer on the other side. So I'm just gonna get my drying mat, throw this on here, get my board eraser, and just get all that black off. Now the shimmer will probably kind of stay just because that's what shimmer does. It's kind of like glitter in a way. I mean, it's not glitter, but it's got that shimmery metal. So you can kind of feel the like metal. So it feels almost gritty, but it looks beautiful. So now we'll dry this puppy off, and then we're going to do harvest. And I will show you the sign one more time. Chris, were you able to get on? Hubs is trying to get on, but he should probably use his phone. Okay, so just going to set that right back here for now. And then I'm going to wipe this up so that we don't get any water on what we're doing. Okay. So, this is the front. Try and get it to where you guys can see all of it. There's the skull, and it's got the shimmer, and we've got the beware, and then we've got the black pumpkin shimmer. Trying to get that shimmer to shimmy. Try to get the shimmer to shimmy. Okay, so now this side, we're gonna do the harvest. I gotta make sure, yep, that's the skull. Okay, so this side is harvest. So, we are going to, where'd my X-Acto knife go? Oh, good job, I had it open. You know what, that would have happened. Yeah, and see, when I do this, I don't put like any pressure on it because my blade is so sharp. Because I don't want it to go all the way through. Some of the other designers and I, we were talking about that last night. I think it was last night. And we were talking about how some of them, they have a problem with it going all the way through. It's like you just don't put any pressure. And it's only the tip. Okay. So now we are going to fuzz this because it is brand new. So, and fuzzing it is just putting lint on the back of our transfers so that it doesn't bring up the whole, it doesn't bring up any of the sticky on the transfer, and also it doesn't curl the transfer because it can stretch the transfer. You don't want that. And we don't want it to bring up any of the wood. That's why we waxed it earlier. And I just used this kind of wax. Doesn't matter what kind of wax you use. I have some beeswax in the other room. Some furniture beeswax. And I kind of wonder about that because it has like a really good smell to it. This stuff stinks. I mean, let's be real. It stinks. It's kind of, I mean, it's not even stain. I think it's like gas. So I guess if you like that. I mean, I like the smell of stain. You know what is so hilarious about stain, the smell of stain, is my kids say that stain smells like Christmas. Because we've always made like our gifts and stuff. And so our house at Christmas time has always been, it's always been, you know, stain. There's always been stain going on because, you know, my husband, he does beautiful scroll saw work. And so we would come up with ornaments or whatever. And he would do it out on the scroll saw. And then we'd paint or stain stuff. I mean, we'd make candelabras. We made so many things over the years. Reindeer, you name it. We've made it. Carousel horses, whatever. And so my kids associate stain with Christmas. So if there's not something being stained in the house at Christmas time, the kids are like, it doesn't smell like Christmas. Or else if we're staining something in the middle of summer or whatever, they're like, oh, it smells like Christmas. They're so cute. Oh, hey, Chantel. Goodness, girl. You got to see this other side. So this is what we did first. We've got the black pumpkin, and then we got it says beware, and then we have the skull, and it's done in our shimmer shadow, our black shimmer. Isn't that cool? Chris and all his Halloweenness. He's like, I need Halloween. I'm like, it's not Halloween time. He's all, no, you should do your Halloween stuff. I'm like, fine, but I'm doing harvest on the back. Oh my goodness, and I have to show you guys. Let me put this down and then I'm going to show you. Because in the catalog, they have it like 2 different ways. And it's like, I love both of the ways that they have it. See, they have it like that. But they also have it like this. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love both of them. It's like, can I have it on the inside and the outside? And you know what? Of course I can, because you know why? Our transfers are washable and reusable. That skull was a transfer from last year, and I'm hoping that they bring it back. I made door tags out of it last year. I made pillows. Oh my goodness. We did so much stuff with that one last year. That one is so gorgeous. And then we were up, where were we? We were at Oak Glen. And someone in one of the booths had taken that transfer. Let me show it to you. Someone had taken that transfer, and mind you, this is like well loved, okay? And it's stained because of the ink, which is not a big deal because it's not. I'm hoping they bring it back in September. But look at all that detail. But they had taken it and they had done it on an end table. And it was so beautiful. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was just so beautiful. And I was like, I mean, I've done one of our transfers on my end table. I haven't done that one because, you know, it kind of is not a, I think this is going to have to all go up because I want that pumpkin on here. It's like he can't be the only one that has the pumpkin. Yep. Everything has to move up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, because I want to be able to put a bow at the top. Okay, I think that's right. All right, I'm going to do this in, I think I'm going to do it in almond. Of course, almond is going to be the one that is behind all my shimmers. Almond is retired, but now we have Dune. There's almond. Because I want it to look kind of antiquified. Don't you love all my words? I like makeup words. Let me see if I can get the almond or the Dune. Okay. This is Dune. And this is almond. I mean, they are so similar. See? See how close they are? So close. I know you love the skull. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one and then I'm going to dry it and then I'm going to pull the next one up and I'm just going to have to pull them all up as we go. Okay, so I'm going to get this to where it's actually in the screenshot. Okay. And I was debating on whether or not to use black, but I just really love that, the way that they did the green. I mean, I already knew I was going to do the green. Ooh. Hopefully I have enough of this to go. Okay, let's just put a little distilled water in it with our mister. Remember, you want to use distilled water because the minerals in water, even even bottled water can make your paste mold, and you don't want that. So distilled water it is. There we go. As it comes off your spatula like that, perfect. I think I'll go a smaller one. All right. But I just absolutely loved how they did the cream on there. I'm like, yep, that's the one. And man, I was like flicking paint everywhere, and man, just being my painting self. Always been a messy painter. It's like no big deal, it'll wash. Okay. Pull that up. See, look at how beautiful that is on here. Throw that in the water bath, and then I'm going to dry it so I can put the next one. I might have so many porch signs because I have my welcome one. Right now we have freedom out on it, on the back side of my welcome one. I wonder if I do this, if I go right at the edge, I wonder if that is going to be enough. And that's got to go over. Yeah, so we have our freedom one out there right now. We have our, and then on the back of it is the welcome with a tag that says un for Chris, because he don't want no one here because of COVID. It's like we got to keep everybody healthy so I can go see my mama. Let's see if this is going to be the right spacing. I think it will be. I think it will be. Ooh, that's still going to cut it pretty tight to get. I may not be able to get that pumpkin on here. I only had a 4-foot board, and what they used in the catalog was a 4.5-foot board. But all I have is the 4-foot. So we'll have to see what we can do. Oh. Didn't get it all the way through. So then I got strings from the material of the silk screen. There we go. So I may have to, ooh, yikes. Yikes. Nope, it's going to have to go up more if I want the pumpkin. Okay, so we have to go up. And hope I have this straight. This board is so warped. It's like, oh, well, you know. It was out there. It was laying flat too, but they've gotten some really crappy wood in lately. So I figured, oh, perfect one for me. It's like I'm not selling this one, so it's okay. Then we're just going to take off that excess. This is where I like my bigger squeegee because it's just so much faster. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be close, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll look okay. I got probably Lowe's. Usually that's where I get it. Sometimes I'll get it from Home Depot. It just depends on where I'm at. It seems like Lowe's kind of has the better wood, except for Barstow. Barstow has good wood. At Home Depot, but it seems like our Home Depot is kind of crap. John would not like me saying that. He and Steph, they both worked there while she was in college. And then once she got her doctorate and her master's, and she's working at the hospital in Missouri, then I think it didn't matter because he went to work. He was flipping houses for a while, and then now he's working with an electrician. So he kind of, I don't know, he kind of works for play money. It's like, just have a kid and then you can just, you know, be Mr. Mom. It's like, I don't care, adopt. I'm good for adopt. Right? It's like, of course Mom's good for that. Except, you know what would suck is I'm here and they're in Missouri. That's the only yucky part. So it's like, then Christy, come on, Christy. But I think she's waiting for Sarah and Clayton to move out. So I think once Clayton finishes college, because Sarah and Clayton, they got married because he was gonna go to Texas to do an internship, and so they decided they were going to get married before his internship, even though it was just summer long, which is fine, you know. And then his internship ended up just being online because of COVID. So she had her COVID wedding, and she had her COVID no longer going to Texas. So that was yucky. You know, she graduated from college with her associates, but he's, I guess he has 2 associates or something like that, and then he's getting his bachelor's. So, I think it's his bachelor's that he's getting. I don't know. He's gonna be an actuary. So he's gonna run all the big numbers for insurance companies. So he's a pretty neat guy. We like him a lot. So we've got all of them married, and just, you know, but they're staying with Christy and Jimmy because he doesn't graduate until April. And then after April, then he should get a job right away. Maybe even in Texas. So they might be going to Texas, because it seems like this company really likes him. So that may be what happens. Then I'll have 2 kids out of state. So then I'll have to be like, alrighty guys. I think that A is a little too close up there, but that's okay. And you can tell when it dries because it goes to like a matte finish. So it happens like really quick. Like I used to have a hair dryer in here, and then I got the heat gun and I just started using the heat gun. You just have to be careful about your transfers. You don't want to melt your transfer, which I've heard is a thing. Knock on wood, I haven't done it yet. I am in love with this. Absolutely love this. I love these colors. I absolutely love these colors. Now I'm starting to have to work a little quicker because I'm in the airway of the fan, and you do not want your paste to dry in your screens, because if it does that, then the paste is going to lift when you lift the transfer up. So you want to work quickly. So we just work quickly. That's the only thing with doing it with the kids. It's like they have to kind of know what they're going to want to do before they do it. I think we're going to have enough space for the pumpkin. I'm so excited. Whew, hot. Yep, we are. I don't know how straight this is, but you know what? It's rustic. It's me. Might be a little crooked, but that's a little me. And you want to make sure, something I didn't just do, you want to make sure that when you set your transfer down that you get all the air bubbles out. So I'm just kind of squishing it out as I go. Kind of a no-no, but you know, what do you do? And then instead of pulling by the corner, you want to pull kind of in the middle because you don't want to stretch your transfer. And then take it over to the sink and just wash it with just water. And if you don't have a board eraser, you can use like a Mr. Clean. I think it's gonna fit. It is, it is, it is, it is. I'm so excited. Oh, there's a knot right there. Of course. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this paste away. This one, the sides are all yucky, and I need to like fix all the sides. So that's not what you want to do. You want to make sure that all your sides are wiped down every time, because you can waste a lot of paste that way. It's like, since I've had this, I've really learned how I'm supposed to like take care of it, and I didn't really know everything, but I can always like scoop it out and put it in like a small container and rehydrate it with water. Now this I will seal with like a Krylon sealer, since it is going to be outside. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. But like my my coffee table, we just sprayed sealed that. I think maybe 3 times, I think is what Chris did. And it's like we have drinks on there that sweat and everything else. No problems. We've had stuff, you know, fall even, and no problems. Alright, so I'm thinking I want to do like an orange peel and papaya. Come on. I'm trying to get to it without dumping everything. There's my papaya. I think my orange peel might be here, yeah. This is where those little mini packs come in handy. And I think I want parakeet. Yeah, because that's pretty bright. I need something to kind of bring it out for the stem and the... Or I could do brown. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. Should I do brown for the stem and the little wooey? The little wooey, the little vine. I can't even think of the word. Okay. So, this has been a long time since I've used this, since like last year, okay? So, and it's still pretty good. I just need to add a little bit of water, and I'm almost thinking that the papaya is going to be too dark. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this orange peel, and I'm going to do a little bit of that, a little bit of this color, this almond. This almost needs to be a little darker. I might go back over it. I think the papaya is going to be too dark. Or maybe I might put a little white instead. Where is my white? Ooh, I could do, nope, that'd be too much matchies. Okay. That's not too bad. I can work with that. Alright, so I'm going to kind of hot mess this in a way, but I want to do it kind of purposely, kind of on purpose hot mess. Okay, and then I'm going to take this guy, and this guy is going to be more than that one, because I just want a little bit of highlights of the white. Okay, so now I'm just gonna kind of get in there, see where it's just a little highlight. I don't want a lot of white, so like where there's a lot of white there, I will go back over that. Now normally I wouldn't mix, but there's so little white that I'm okay with it. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of bring this over it and kind of mix it in to where the white is not super bright. Okay, now this we're going to do the pull, we're going to do the paste and pull. And this is something that would be really good with like the kids when they're doing stuff, just to do a section and then pull that up so that it doesn't dry in your screens. Because like I don't have my brown ready. So I'm just kind of getting the extra off here. Get all that extra and get all that back in your jar. Okay. All right, so there I've got it all to where I want it. Now I'm gonna pull this bottom part up. I'm gonna pull that up, and then I'm just gonna lay it back down. Now I'm gonna push this back down, making sure there's no air bubbles there or there, and then it's not gonna dry in the screens there. I think I am gonna do the brown. Where is my brown? I say I'm gonna do brown, and then I'm like, but do I have brown? I know I have brown. I have lots of brown. Because I thought I needed brown, and then come to find out I didn't really need brown. No, that one's too small. I'm going to use some multi-tool, because the multi-tool has a great stir on this side, and then it has a mini squeegee on this side. So I can just, you can use like either side, and you can really get in those crevices around there. And that's what you want to do when you are mixing it up. Do not use like a popsicle stick. You can use like a makeup sampler thing. You know, anything plastic or silicone, but do not use like a popsicle stick. Because that can like introduce wood shavings or bacteria or whatever. It can also dry out your paste. So don't do that. So I'm just going to do it all in brown, because I think with having the green, I think it's going to stand out more. Okay, so I'm going to put all that back. And normally I wouldn't even do that. I'd just pull it. So we'll just pull it. There we go. And it's got like a little oopsie right there, but that's because there's a knot in the wood. So it really wouldn't have mattered what I did. See, and then you want to make sure that you get your edges clean. And not all of my edges are clean. Like I said, this is something that I learned later. And now that I know it, I know that I need to go back and like do mine. And you can even take like a damp paper towel and you want to go around that edge, because that'll create a better seal and it'll make your paste last longer. See, like this one, I didn't know, and so I've got some crusties here. So that's something that I need to spend a day and just like scrape it down in there and reconstitute it, because you can reconstitute it. You have to make sure that there's no, or else you can just do this. And get all that to where you know it's going to seal. Now, our older jars, they're kind of fun because it used to be like a metal, like a foil lid, and that was a fun one because I went to reconstitute, I think it was Peachy Clean, and when I did it, I didn't realize that there was a still some foil left on it, because the way that you do it is you put water in it and then you put it in the microwave for like 5 seconds and then you stir. And this was like completely hard, and this is no longer hard. It's like it's usable now. So it's like there's hope when they do dry out, but you don't want them to dry out. Oh my goodness, I'm kind of excited because on this one, our brand new little pokey tool, there's a little pokey right there. I'm going to use it right here and just kind of go with that. There we go. And it fixed that spot. I'm so excited about that. It's the first time I got to use it. And it's not like pokey pokey no jokey like one of our Cricut ones, which I think I have in here. Okay, that is a pokey pokey no jokey. I don't know if you can see that, but that sucker, that is very, very sharp. And it can scratch your surfaces and stuff. But this is still a silicone, but it's a pokey. But it's not a pokey pokey no jokey. Because let me tell you, I have hurt myself. I am so excited about this. Look at this board. Look at that board. I'm so excited. And then on the back, that beware is so cool. So cool. There we go. Now, to clean, I picked up this drying mat at I think it was Dollar Tree or a 99-cent store, and it's amazing to just wash my transfers on. So I'll just like grab a handful of transfers. Now, granted, I do it differently because you will have a sink where I'm going to sit here and just use my board eraser and do front and back. I'll do that one last because it has the most paste on it. And you're just mainly getting the fuzz off the back, making sure you get all the paste out of your silk screens. But you would just take it over to the sink and just rinse it with just regular water. You know, regular water. Just regular water, you know, not hot, not cold, just regular temperature water, regular water. I'm telling you. Now, some of our paste will have a tendency to do a little staining of our transfers. It's not really that big a deal because as long as our silk screens are clean, it's not a big deal at all. You can see where this has a little bit of the black sparkle just from having the black water still. That's where just running with cold water is no big deal. And see, look, this is all wound up on itself. Not a big deal. You can just pull gently. It's not ever going to be an issue. If you start to panic, just take it over and just get it wet. Because when it's wet, there's no stick. But in a few seconds, once I dry this, it'll be sticky again. And as long as you're washing your transfers like right away, and drying them, your transfers will last. It's like, it's all about taking care of the transfers. See where there's a little bit of coloring? That happens, especially because our pastes are so pigmented. And I'm okay with having a little discoloration. Because it's not hurting the transfer at all. Because the silk screen is clean. Now, that probably wouldn't have happened if I would have taken it straight over and washed it. See, I'm not even worried about them getting in a pile, just because I have done so many of these like that. But oh my goodness, the first time I used a bigger transfer, I like flipped out, thought for sure I'd ruined the whole thing. It's a little wrinkled, but it's still very usable. My very first transfer that was big. It's funny, they all have sparkle on them from being in the sparkle water. And then if I were you, I would just like let them dry just for a few seconds and see, look, they get sticky again, and then you can put them back on your backer. And you want to make sure that when you put them on your backer that it is the slick side of the backer. So like if you take all of them off, make sure you write on the back, because that is no joke if you end up with the wrong side. Because at the very least, you will run your backer. The very most, you can run a transfer. You could stretch a let me put it this way. You can stretch a transfer. I have a transfer that is stretched. I bought it from a designer that was going out of business. And it was before I became a designer. I was trying to build up my stock. I was waiting on my kit. And I didn't know it was on the wrong side when I got it. And let me tell you, it's stretched. It was a mess. So you want to make sure that that does not happen. And then you just put it right back on. And I wait until I know they're completely dry before I put them back in the plastic. See, like this one should have it written on here, but it's very slick, where this one is not. And my phone is gonna die. My phone is gonna die. But anyways, at least we got through to all of the transfer itself, and the wonderful harvest board, and our skull board, and our beware board. Because I'm gonna try and put a bow up here, and then maybe do something on the back. I'm not sure if there's space, but I'm gonna try and do something like that, and then I will take pictures and I will post pictures. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will catch you on the next video. Talk to you later.